There are only two non-load-bearing exercises that exist. Just two. We've talked about them in class before. Anyone remember? Swimming, and then of course cycling. And that's not to say that they're bad. That's just a different category, right? It's like your shoes. We have cleats that we use for baseball, and then we have track spikes. Or we have shoes we use for dancing, and then we have shoes we go to a dinner event, a social event, right? It's just two different categories. What's the importance of load bearing? The importance of load bearing has to do with our bones, right? Our bones and osteoporosis, osteopenia, right? So when we're sitting slow and we're standing up in class, that is a load bearing exercise. You know what else is a load bearing exercise? Walking. Let me encourage you guys to walk, and to walk every day. All right, you'll hear me say over and over again, balance is like a language. We're going to have to do it every day. The benefit of swimming, you have all of that water around you. That's tons of resistance, right? Even though it's classified as a non-load-bearing exercise or a non-load-bearing event, there's still tons of benefits, and I would highly encourage you to swim. So we're going to look, can swimming, can water aerobics, water exercise, can that improve your balance? I think so. As we get older, we begin to lose some of the spring in our step. Our strides are shorter, vision begins to blur. It gets harder to balance. So those are some of the factors that make living more difficult as we age and become seniors, and can cause fall injuries. Because the high risk, many seniors choose to stay sheltered in their homes. This is what we saw in COVID. A lot of people withdrew, right? And so we saw the falls and the incidence of falls skyrocket. Every 11 seconds, someone's treated in the ER for a fall-related injury, a senior. Every 19 minutes, a senior dies from a fall-related injury. Keep that in mind. We've spoke about the dangers of withdrawing and the impacts it has on our brains, right? That's something I talk about in that lecture, The Science of Balance. It causes that withdrawal depression, our leg strength atrophies, and the benefits of socialization are taken away. All those, guys, the diminishment of leg strength is a big deal, right? I call leg strength a life indicator. Leg strength is like gold, and we'll get into that a little bit more. Swimming is one of the most beneficial exercises for seniors, all right? And we talked about the difference between load-bearing and non-bearing. It's still beneficial. A study from an Australian professor revealed that swimming lowers the risk of falling. So to answer the question, yes, swimming can help you reduce the risk of falling. So the study monitored how often 1,700 men over the age of 70 fell over a period of 4 years. The study found that men who swam regularly were 33% less likely to fall. The study found that men who swam regularly were 33% less likely to fall as compared to men who exercised in other ways. It's pretty powerful, all right? So, conclusion that was reached was based on testing in a postural way. Guys, it just means standing, shoulders back. These guys would stand for 30 seconds, and researchers would study how much the body moved, all right? So lots of good stuff here. I'm going to let that marinate with you. We're going to go ahead and get into class. Go pull those notes. We got to our point. One other note that I'll tell you, this postural way they're talking about, I don't know if you've ever noticed yourself, but I'm bringing it up because I want you to pay attention in our assessments today. How much do you sway in our assessments when we have our feet together versus apart, all right? The importance of that is in our Romberg test. What's the Romberg test? This is a test we do in the field to test for neurological diseases. It's very simple to do. You put your feet together, hands across your chest, and close your eyes. And you're going to hold this position for 15 seconds. Now, if I am unable to do this, then that is cause for a doctor's appointment. We definitely want to go in and see our GP and then maybe see a neurologist, right? Because what we're looking for, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, things like that, when we do this Romberg test. All right, if you're having a little bit of swaying, that's okay. All right, but we're going to work on that today, work on our balance, all right? And we're going to pay attention to seeing how much we sway back and forth, okay? All right, let's go to work.